What's up, beautiful people? So, today is the 13th of October. Tomorrow, I'm going to do my very first lesson for this batch of practical weeks. And I've been at the school, so next week will be my sixth week. So, I did three at the beginning of the year. I'm doing three now, and I have to present in this week, and then I'm gonna stop for a while and then do 2 more weeks next year. So I was just at my therapist's office on what was this day? On Friday. And surprisingly, I was like a little bit overwhelmed because there's just a lot going on. Like, if it's not like the assignment, it is setting up a test or marking all the tests. If it's not that, then it is like preparing a lesson for maybe like a difficult topic or topic I don't like. Um, because technically, I was an Afrikaans and English teacher before, so I'm familiar with all the content surrounding that. But now that I'm doing my practicals, I am a student teacher in EMS and accounting. So those topics, I've forgotten most of them. So I have to basically start from scratch, relearning, doing all the things so that I can provide value. Because I think what's worse, in my opinion, is showing up to a class unprepared. Like, I hate it when teachers do it. I don't want me to do it either. So, basically it's just that I am preparing for grade 10 accounting class tomorrow. Then I have two maybe account like EMS classes on Tuesday. So by Wednesday I should be done, which is great. I just wish I could wake up at Wednesday on Wednesday and everything is done already. Surprisingly, I still get butterflies when I have to prepare a lesson. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. But it makes me feel sick, and I feel sick as we speak. Um, yeah, so basically that's like a little update on the practical front. It also means that content wise, I can't do anything. Like, I wish I had all my content for the year kind of like planned out, but at this moment, I'm literally playing it by ear and just hoping for the best, because sometimes, not all the time, sometimes I tend to live too far in the future where everything goes wrong, and I don't want that. So I'm trying to just take it a moment at a time and live in the moment. And sometimes that frustrates me because things are not moving along at the pace that you would want or hope. But yeah, I guess I feel like in the past I've lived too far in the past or too far in the future, and currently I just want to live in the moment. Based on losing a loved one this year, I think that's what it's based on. Like, I've just felt like you need to slow down, not care as much about things, because, for example, it drives me insane that I have to keep this device to record my videos on up until the end of November. And the whole time in my mind, I'm just back and forth about, should I record, should I not record, all of that stuff. My goal for my channel this year is to get to 1,000 subscribers, which has taken forever. And there was a point where I even stopped caring about the metrics because they were just making me sad. But I guess what I love this time around is I guess like that we've kind of like fostered this kinship. So I feel weird when I have to talk about that, but I love that we're a better community now. Whereas before, I felt like I didn't know if, like, if what I was putting out there was resonating. Basically, I couldn't find my community. I think that's the best way. No matter how many things I tried, I felt like I wasn't finding my people. And now I feel like I finally have. And it's funny, the other day when I reached 500 subscribers, it said, you have enough people to fill a jumbo jet. And if you know me, you know I love things regarding aviation. Um, Surprisingly, I might have a tiny fear of flying. but I have flown before. It's just that recently, like, yeah, when I started dealing with my anxiety, I realized that I have a wincy bit of claustrophobia, which is so not okay because I'm black. And not that it has to do with race or anything, but you get what I mean. That's just, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's the bottom line. I feel like I'm rambling, but that's the bottom line. Um, After my practical, I'm gonna have one more exam, and I'm onboarding one Fiverr client that I suspect I'll be working with full time. And I am also I'm doubling down on finding a remote job. So next year, in terms of my real life, at this moment, I'm dividing it between online life and real life. So online life is where I'm a freelancer, making freelancer money, and real life is where I'm a teacher, making a teacher salary. Anyway, so teacher salary is not enough. Even like, yeah, I can't afford anything, but I do love what I do. So I think that's like the catch 22 of all teachers. But I want to believe that I can build wealth. It's just that I need a place where I can start, and I know that I can't start with my salary because you would be shocked how expensive things are in a small town like Nelspruit. Like, it's crazy, especially property, including renting and all of that stuff. It's more of like a settle down um, town. We recently got a university, and it's all the way on the other side. So like the town is just not adapting to that. Things are just getting more and more expensive. So the only way that I can build wealth is through side hustles and all of that stuff. And I know I don't want to move for a job. So the only other way to make that supplemental income is through remote working. And my mom loves to say, if unganalkati or ungananja, you have time. She's basically saying if you don't have kids and you don't have pets, you have time to actually do two, three jobs at the same time. So that's where I'm at. Don't have cats yet. Anyway, so that's kind of like my plan for next year. But I have to finish my studies. And in the past, ever since I started with my practical, it's been so hard to find the time to find out what I still need to do. Like, I do things as they come up, as the deadlines come up, which is not my favorite way of doing it. But in the next week, so the week starts on the 14th, then on the 16th, I have a content exam for EMS, and then on the 18th, I have a content exam for accounting. So I have to do grade 10 to 12 accounting all in one exam, and I have to do grade 7 to 9 accounting all in one exam as well on the 16th. And then additionally on the 18th, I have to make sure that I've submitted everything regarding my practical, and it has the most things to submit. So I'm gonna see if I can't start submitting some of the things on Wednesday so that it can just take the load off. And then I'm back at work at my other job, but I did find someone who could fill in for me while I finish my practical. And that's actually why I was making this update, is that on Friday I felt so overwhelmed that I had to go see my therapist like immediately. When I got there, I was trying to explain to her how my house is built with like matchsticks right now. Like, I have no control over anything, and I feel like if I get tripped by like an invincible block in the road, everything's gonna fall apart because everything that I'm doing is dependent on other people. And I didn't realize how much that bothered me. And we've been working on perfectionism and letting go of control. I mean, as you can see, like, I'm fed up talking about that. Anywho, so she said something so valuable to me that I still think of. I thought about it yesterday. I'm thinking about it today, and she said, you don't realize how privileged you are that people would stand in for you. You don't realize how privileged you are that people would make exceptions for you, because currently I'm standing on like three exceptions that were made for me, by my school, by my one job, by my other job. For example, tomorrow I have to present a class at the end of the period, at the end of the day, which means that I'll be late for my second job. And I sent a message today explaining to my boss that I won't be available. And remember, I took the day off Friday. And she said to me, you know what? Do what you have to do. Well, I'll find someone to cover for you. And so on and so forth, which is something I don't like, but it's something that's currently being done for me. Um, even when my subjects had to, the two sub, I teach three subjects, and I wasn't there for any of them because I'm supposed to hand the papers out to the invigilators. I'm supposed to stay there for anything that might rise up and all of that stuff. There were people there who stood in for me, made sure that everything is done properly. I mean, I was shocked by how much quality was put into this. And all of this to say is that if you are a decent person and you do your best and you are also considerate, I don't know if they would have done it for me if I wasn't. I'm not sure. Then people would do things for you. All you have to do is ask. Um, and I guess I've kind of been doing that with you guys as well. I'm just like, I have a practical. I can't do such and such and such, which was something I said I was gonna do. So yeah, I guess I'm just grateful for everything I have and um just for everything. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I'm just I really like my life. I don't It might not be clear what a big deal that is, but it's a pretty big deal because I didn't used to, and now I do. And I'm also so glad that I got my hair done, even though my afro is coming out now. You see that? Um, yeah, but I don't care because it has kept me out of trouble. Not trouble as if I'll get in trouble with my hair. I just mean I'm not late every day. If anything, I'm like uber early. Um, super uber early. Uber was a real word before Uber came around. Anyway, and also, I think I did mention this in my previous video. I'm also juggling my 3 month client, long term client, um, who hires me for minutes for 3 months at a time. So it's October, November, December. And then I usually hear from him in February for like the closing. So I haven't been sleeping, guys. Like I've just been working my butt off. And I'm hoping that I will get to the end of that next week and also successfully onboard my new client on Friday that I can't wait for. Anyway, so yeah. Um, so basically, my week two of practicals went really well. This week, I really tried to stay out of things like in the first week, there was a bit of trouble because a teacher left and then the student teachers were in charge and the students were just, yeah. This past week, it was better and it is up to the main teacher to maintain discipline and class management. So I basically stayed out of it unless she needed me for something. And that helped me to catch up with my marking. So that was great. But yeah, tomorrow I'm presenting. I'm hoping it'll go well. I can't film, but I'm just hoping it's gonna go well. Anyway, if you guys want to know about long distance learning and all of that stuff regarding, yeah, basically, if you don't have a campus near you, because that was a struggle at the beginning of the year, let me know. I'll give you all the options that I know about. Just let me know in the comments. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Peace.